with the situation that happened right before they walked into the ring in the locker room with the hand situation, the hand rub situation. There's no there's no doubt that Margarito had that in his mind.
The main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by
Here we go. This is Robert Garcia with Margarito versus Mosley.
and Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. Chairman Tim Noonan.
I've known Mosley throughout the amateur since we were kids. He competed against a lot of guys from my gym in Oxnard when we were young, and we've always known he's been one of the most talented fighters to come out of maybe the state of California, for sure, Southern California. One of the most talented fighters. So the talent that he has is unbelievable. Margarito, more of a brawler, strong, come forward fighter. I have no doubt that Mosley was gonna outbox Margarito pretty simple, but it kind of surprised us. Let's see what kind of style Mosley comes into this fight, especially with Margarito's problems, with his hands. The hand wrap situation right before the fight. Let's see how Margarito comes out.
Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with silver, officially weighing 147 pounds. His professional record, 45 victories, including...
Even though the fans are against him, he looks very relaxed. He looks very focused and sure of of his performance.
World titles in 3 divisions. Tonight, he is the challenger from Pomona, California, former lightweight world champion, former welterweight world champion, and former light middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Shane Mosley. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing red with black, official weight 146 pounds. Professional record, 30.
With all the fans right there, over 20,000 people behind Margarito,
5 defeats.
with the situation that happened right before they walked into the ring in the locker room with the hand situation, the hand rub situation. There's no doubt that Margarito had that in his mind. No matter how confident he was, how prepared he was, there has to be, his mind has to be rolling around with problems, thinking, if he's gonna have the same results, especially if he knew about it. We might never know, but if he really knew about it, that had to be in his head during this fight.
Okay, gentlemen, I give you instructions downstairs. Decir las instrucciones del vestidor. Golpes here, punches here, fine. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you. Buena suerte a los dos.
Boy, I can't imagine what's going through Margarito's head right now with all the controversy in his dressing room before coming out, and he still has to fight Shane Mosley. So a burden on the shoulders of Margarito for sure. That's how Mosley handles it. New man in his corner, his trainer Dazn Richardson. And there is Margarito. It's a big opportunity for Margarito. If he can be victorious here, he's got some huge money paydays looming on the horizon, but he's got to take care of business against Sugar Shane. Both fighters are ready, and we are ready. This championship fight is underway. Mosley with the black trunks, Margarito with the red trunks. You can see the height differential and reach differential there. Margarito looking like the bigger man as this fight unfolds. Overhand right by Mosley.
See, from Mosley's point of view,
No doubt about that. Mosley.
I thought Mosley would come out, box a little bit more, but he stood in front of Margarito. Obviously in and out movements, a lot of jabs. Started boxing in and out, but when he threw power punches, he was throwing them with intentions. He's really trying to hurt Margarito. Did
Good comeback here by Sugar Shane.
Did the
Body
hand
shots.
wrap
Another ripping
scandal
body shot by Shane
situation
Mosley.
make him
Margarito
get a
locking
little
up
bit
early.
mad
Mosley,
at
no feeling out
Margarito? It
process
could have
here
been.
in round one. A minute in, and this fight is well underway. Another good body shot by Mosley. It's usually Margarito that digs to the body. Now, Margarito complaining about a headbutt.
See, Mosley's fighting a fight that Margarito did not expect. We know Mosley's a great fighter, a great boxer, so that's what Margarito expected, to have to chase Mosley around. But Mosley's actually throwing the harder punches and at times even pushing him back, making it a little awkward for Margarito, showing him something he's never seen before.
That's a nice uppercut there by Mosley. You saw Margarito nod. Good shot. He ate that right on the jaw. I've always been amazed by Mosley's angles he can give. Mosley is so quick with the hands. He could step aside and hit you twice and then dance away.
See, you never see this in Margarito early in the first round and already looking at the ref or complaining about Mosley's head and body pushing him back. There's a point right there where he even looks at the ref and the ref tells Margarito, keep fighting, keep fighting. He tells him in Spanish, so I don't know if you guys caught that, but he's telling him to keep fighting, meaning he's, Margarito's frustrated already, and that's in the first round already.
Margarito leans in with that jab, tries to follow with the right. You can see that's one of his main strategies tonight. Body shot with the right hand by Sugar Shane, and they lock up.
Pick him up, Shane.
Looking at Margarito, on the ropes is not where he wants to be. When they're in the center of the ring, he can let those hands go. Mosley, I'm not so sure this was his strategy coming into the fight. Seldom is for Sugar Shane to fight on the inside, but against Margarito, he might have found a strategy here in round one. Overhand right by Mosley and a body shot that falls short.
See, half distance, Mosley's doing a great job keeping that jab, those strong jabs, 1-2 straight punches. But once he takes a decision, he puts the pressure and backs up Margarito. Great round for Mosley.
Sugar Shane Mosley in round one. Not much being held back by either one of these fighters. There's the corner of Margarito. Corner telling him to calm down, settle down. And again, Margarito has a lot of experience. So you're not going to get him out of his game plan unless you hurt him. The interpreter telling Margarito, actually telling us, that they don't like Mosley on the inside. You see Mosley, great defense, follows up.
See, Mosley's keeping that half distance, easy for him to counterpunch Margarito. Margarito has one style, and that's everybody knows that. And Mosley was prepared for it. Mosley is a very experienced fighter. He was very prepared, just like he did in the first round. Half distance, counterpunch him, and when he decided to, he would pressure and back him up, and did that at a perfect timing.
We give round one to Shane Mosley, the busier fighter in round one. 10-point must system tonight.
One thing Mosley doesn't do is forget that jab. He's throwing that jab. He keeps throwing it at a half distance, counter punches Margarito's jab with his own jab, and is doing really good.
Mosley's left hand is low, just inviting Margarito to throw that right hand. Uppercut to the body by Margarito.
See, that's something Margarito was never used to. One fighter actually backing him up, putting his head in under his chest. That's something Margarito was never used to, and that really bothered him.
Margarito's got his elbows, got long arms for a man his size. Mosley a little bit differently proportioned than Margarito. But again, Mosley bullying Margarito into the corner, into the ropes. And for Margarito, he does not want to be there. Mosley scoring points to the body.
See, what Mosley's doing there, keeping Margarito in the ropes and just keeping his head under his chin and his chest, it's not a game plan to win a fight, but it is to frustrate his opponent. He's frustrating him. He's making Margarito get mad. He's making Margarito lose his head. And when he wants to, just like he did right now, landed 3 punches in a row, he's half distance, counter punching, throwing his speed and power, and landing everything he throws.
Just go the distance and just show incredible guts. Mosley dives in, a headlock. There's some grappling going on. And Mosley looking to the referee for some support there, but it might have been Sugar Shane who was holding that time. Relatively even round 2 so far at the Staples Center. There's the jab in the right hand. Talked about that earlier. Margarito with the body shot. Turning the tide here, Antonio Margarito in round 2. Jab is
See, that jab is being very effective. He's throwing it, he's doubling it up, sometimes even tripling it up, and it's keeping Margarito away.
Mosley getting the worst of these inside exchanges.
And whenever they do get close, Mosley seems to have a great game plan and just put his whole body into Margarito, push him back, and prevents Margarito from throwing punches, at least hard punches.
Good job of that. Nice uppercuts on the inside by Margarito. Body shot by Mosley. Mosley roughing Margarito up.
Mosley became the stronger man. He's pretty much bullying Margarito around.
He's going to try to get these two guys together. I'm not so sure they're mad at each other. Maybe some gamesmanship that time by Margarito.